So my son's first day of school was prepared by my mother. I was still living at home. I was obviously very young. She took care of all the paperwork that comes when little kids start their first year of pre-K. She took him to get his shots. She did all the paperwork. She did the checklist. She did the interview. She went with him all the while I was in college, letting her do these things for me, trying to teach me how to be a mother. So I get to the school, and it is a brightly colored classroom that is perfect for a pre-K classroom. It's colorful. There are color blocks everywhere with sunshine. And the teacher is the epitome of a pre-K teacher. She is bubbly and engaging, and I know that eventually my son will absolutely take to this woman. But also in that classroom, there were the Uber moms. And these are the moms with the perfectly coiffed hair. And they had the Kathy Ireland collection outfits on, so this was about 16 years ago. Kmart was still popular. The perfect flats, they were well pressed and ironed. They were carrying around little carts with extra snacks and change of clothes and a mat. And I'm standing there with my son, dressed like Britney Spears. 16 years ago, Britney Spears. The tight jeans that flared out at the bottom, a little frilly belt, and a midriff. So I'm automatically awkward in this room. So I just grab my son and I find his seat, which had the little pencil, you remember those with the kid's name written on it? I find his name and sit him down, and he's staring up with me with these big brown eyes, like, "Mama, please don't leave me." But back then he called me Nene. There was still some weirdness about mom and Nene, you know, I was pretty young. So he's telling me, "Please don't leave me," and I'm nearly in tears trying to comfort him so he'll stay in this classroom. And I look around, and these moms with their kids, they just seem prepared. They're waving, "Bye, mommy, you know, I'll see you later." They're just comfortable and confident, and here I am, just out of place. I may have been the youngest in the room, I felt like it, and my son is feeling disappointed, and I was ashamed. I didn't look the part. I didn't fit the role. So I walked back to my car and got in, and I started crying. And I said to myself, I don't ever want to embarrass my son like this again. I don't want to feel ashamed of who I am as a mother. I want to be better for him. I want to have all the lists checked off. I want to be the mom that brings the snacks. I want to be the Uber mom. So fast forward to my son's high school graduation. And since then, I have completed my college education, and my son is graduating from high school. And through this process, I have been that mom. His grades are outstanding, and he gets a scholarship to go to UL. Mechanical engineering back then. We'll get to what he is now. So my family comes in. I have everything planned. Everything goes beautifully. His family comes in. My family's there. We have a wonderful experience at graduation. And I didn't cry. I was ready. I felt so powerful. I just felt good, like I got this together. So the family leaves, and we spend the summer getting everything ready for college. Financial aid, not paper anymore, it's online. So get all that done. I got the checklist done. It's just like high school. I read the newsletters. I mean, he had things done before other people had them done. I know he did, because like as soon as the letters would come in the mail, or as soon as the emails would come, I was on it. He got his acceptance letter. I did the appropriate Facebook picture, on it. You know, he was holding his letter like cheese. So we get to move into the dorms in the fall. And again, I'm on top of it. He has everything he needs, down to appropriately matched towels to his comforters, and I know where everything is. I am the only parent who brought a little push cart to bring all his things up. No one ever thought of that. I thought of it. So I'm helping other people, like, this is where you go for this is where you go for that, this is where you go for that. And I'm that mom now. I'm the Uber mom. So in the midst of all this, I kind of stop. And I feel like things are moving around me. You know, in a movie when you see things flashing all around, that person's just standing there. And I'm folding and unfolding a towel. It seems like for ages. The same towel. I'm folding and unfolding the towel. And it just feels like things are happening around me. So right as we're finishing, we're wrapping up, my husband comes in and asks my son, "Do you need any money?" And just to tell you something about my husband, he entered my life around the time my son started school. And he has helped me raise my children. and successfully raised my children in a nuclear family, what I always wanted from them. Two-parent household with love and consistency and stability. So to see this man who didn't have to make this choice ask a child that is not biologically his, do you need anything? It touched me. And my son said, I have about 20 bucks. So this man, who is my wonderful husband, reaches in his wallet and just hands him a wad of cash. And that's when I lost it. And so I hold my son, and I remember that day I moved him in. And he says to me, Mama, it'll be okay. And that's what I said to him his first day, his very first day of school. I came prepared. So I'm holding him tight and I'm blubbering like crazy. And then I realized, my son is 18 and he's standing there with his crying mom. And I'm normally not emotional in front of him. And he's just like, okay, Mom. Oh my gosh, I've never met these dudes coming in. I'm trying to be cool and you're sitting here crying. So finally my husband pulls me away, and he literally had to pull me away from my baby. And we leave, and I get in the car. Waterworks, it's raining out. It was like a movie, it's raining outside. I'm crying, I'm emotional. And that was the point that it all just came out, because for years I put this pressure on myself to be perfect, to not be seen as a stereotype, another teenage mother. And it's been so hard, and it's felt like a weight on my shoulders just to do the right thing and be a good mom. And I'm not the only one. There are tons of parents out there who feel that way every day. So fast forward a few more years, and I've done this again. My daughter has a scholarship to Natchitoches, and I moved her in as a freshman. And that day, again, I nailed it. I was confident, got everything done. She moved in, I left, perfect, and the waterworks started again. And the tears aren't because I'm losing my children, because they're there, they're not far. They will always be a part of me. They're doing great things. My son will graduate next year with a chemistry degree. He's gonna be a pharmacist. He started out as a mechanical engineer. He wanted to be an astrophysicist, it just went way left. But he will graduate. And this teen mom did that. And it wasn't a perfect journey. It hasn't been a perfect life. But I'm so grateful as a parent that I was able to experience this journey. And I know there are parents out there who put this immense pressure on themselves for perfection in their children, in their life. And sometimes we miss the journey. And it's been such a beautiful one for me. And I don't regret a day of it. And that's my story.